Have you been restless? Have you, time to time, or who knows, all the time, been anxious? It doesn't matter what you're doing or where you are, there's something inside you. In your chest, it's as if something bad was about to happen, or that good thing that you always wanted will never happen. Have you been living like this? Let me tell you something very important. You must know it. Uneasiness. It is a symptom of disconnection from God. Listen, I'm not saying that it's lack of faith and that God is not with you. What I'm saying is there's some noise on your connection with God, like a radio off tune. Let me explain that to you. The psalmist, there on Psalm 38, David, speaking about one of his many experiences that he had in life and with God, he spoke about this restlessness in his heart. He says on verse 8, from verse 8, I am feeble and severely broken. I groan because of the turmoil of my heart. So here he speaks about being feeble, broken. You know that sensation of you being broken, but not because of tiredness, because it is normal when you worked the whole day, a job that demanded a lot from you physically, and you're arriving in the house broken. It's not this kind of broken. It is broken in the heart, broken in the soul. David was like this. I am feeble and severely broken. I groan, which means he used the expression of a lion, roaring, groaning when they are hungry, uneasy. I groan because of the turmoil of my heart. It is the heart that is restless. It is the heart that is the center of all feelings and emotions, that brings us the fear of tomorrow, worry. It is the heart that beats faster and tells you, will this happen? What if it doesn't happen? It is the heart that is like this, restless. And he goes on saying, speaking to God now, Lord, all my desire is before you, and my sighing is not hidden from you. My heart pants, my strength fails me. As for the light of my eyes, he also has gone from me. Look at these words, David's words, describing the sensation he had. My heart pants. Many who been through panic attacks, anxiety attacks, they can identify themselves with these words. David saying, my heart pants, my strength fails me. As for the light of my eyes, it also has gone from me. This is the symptom in many people's lives today. And he says, my loved ones and my friends stand aloof from my plague, and my relatives stand afar off, which means in the worst moment of our lives, friends get distant. The so-called friends per se, right? Because if they were true friends, they wouldn't be far. But those who we counted on, that they would be with us, at times they are the first ones to get distant. And sometimes God uses a stranger that we didn't know that we could count on to help us. David has been through this abandonment, this sensation of isolation, rejection from relatives and his own friends. So this situation is allowed by God. Again, it's not because God causes it, but he allows it, and he programmed within us restlessness as a symptom. Just as pain in the body, it is a symptom that points something out, that there's something wrong, some part of the body. Then the head must pay attention to that part of the body and it's to look for help, some treatment. Restlessness, it is the pain in the soul groaning and saying, "Take me to God." So you who feel restlessness, again, this uneasiness, it is a symptom of disconnection from God. You see that David's reaction when he felt uneasiness in the heart was to come before Lord and say, "All my desires before you, and my sign is not hidden from you." He knew that the only thing that he could do was to approach God and speak to him and pour all his groaning before him. Today, unfortunately, people haven't understood that this restlessness, it is a symptom that they need to fix their connection with God. But instead, they look for the solution elsewhere. I won't say this now as a critique, but as a fact. I know of people who do this and with no success. So the person is restless and they say, "Listen, friend, you need to do therapy. I'll recommend you my psychologist and do some therapy." And they go there and they do therapy for years. Their soul is restless and they pour before the therapist for 1 hour or more per week what is happening to them, and they leave that place with no answer. Let me add something here. My respect towards all psychologists. I know many. However, you psychologists, you know that there's a limit that psychology has. If the person themselves don't look within them for the solution, something stronger, little psychology can do, just as the pastor, the church, because it is only God who can solve the problem with the human soul. At times a person goes to a psychologist, they take medication. Recently I traveled to the middle of Brazil, going to churches, and I was surprised. I visited small cities and walking through the streets of the cities, and I was shocked that in every corner we could find a pharmacy. Back in the days was a supermarket, a shop, but many cities of Brazil has pharmacies everywhere. And why? Because it became a business, an industry worth billions, because they say, "You're feeling this, then take this. You're feeling that, then take that." There's some side effects from the first medication. Take another medication to ease off the side effects. Is a medicine to keep you awake, another to put you to sleep. It's everything. Instead of people using their restlessness as a sign to seek God, they are treating their restlessness through a path, an avenue that it doesn't work. Or they go to the internet, on social media, and they start to watch reels, one video after the other. This is doing no good to your soul, dear friend. Pay attention. You who are drinking from what your phone puts before your soul, before your eyes, daily. This is doing you harm. It is a poison to the soul. You think that you're just spending time, just killing time, but you are getting poisoned. You are poisoning your soul. So this uneasiness you have will not be solved with what you are throwing at it. This will calm it down. You will disguise it. I'll run at the gym, at the park, okay, your body will thank you for the run, for the exercise on the gym, but your soul will not be resolved. You cannot mask it with something that will not calm your soul down. God programmed the restlessness of the soul in such a way that we may repair our connection with Him, just as He gave pain so that the body may warn you, go and find a doctor. Look for help. There's something wrong here. Go and look for a doctor. The same way, God gave restlessness to the soul that we may seek Him. And what are you doing? Listen. Later, you can read Psalm 38. I will conclude with Philippians 4:6, when the Holy Spirit inspired Paul to say the following: be anxious for nothing. Look at the message. When someone has their connection with God well connected, there's no restlessness. It's not that they don't have problems. They don't have uneasiness because of the problems. We have problems, but we are not uneasy. Then he said, be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. Which means there's uneasiness within you, then you go before God with your prayer, with your supplication, your restlessness, your requests, present them to God, connect yourself with God, and don't forget, with thanksgiving. Give thanks before you receiving the answer that He gave you already. This will calm your soul down. So make the most of restlessness. Are you restless? A symptom of disconnection with God. Stop, pray, go to church, seek Him, because when you connect to God, your soul calms down. And then you have your head in the right place, willingness to do what you must do in regards to your problems. Because a restless soul would not solve any problem, would just make the problems worse. If today's video helped you and you know someone that could benefit from it, share it with them, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you may do so now. See you later.